God darn it. Hello, my faithful stalker. What's up? Up left. Will you move your big butt? Excuse you. What the fuck? Wait a minute. Friday would be 2 days ago. I wonder why I'm looking for something anyway. Let's see. Oh, damn it. Hush! Eva, stop!
The Rooms to Go Labor Day sale starts right now. Get big Labor Day savings on living rooms, bedrooms, dining rooms, plus 60 months interest-free financing with low monthly payment starting at $15 a month. Shop online now at the Rooms to Go Labor Day sale.
Scott Peterson was convicted of double murder almost 20 years ago in one of Court TV's biggest trials ever. His wife Lacy and her unborn son Connor, the victims. At trial, Peterson was described by prosecutors as a lying, cheating killer. And the jury agreed, including the juror known as Strawberry Shortcake, Rochelle Neese. But now, that juror is the one who may give Peterson a second chance and a new trial. Tonight, we are live from the same courthouse where Peterson was convicted as his lawyers argue for a new trial.
I'm Vinny Politan. Great to have you with us tonight here on Closing Arguments and that breaking news in that heartbreaking case of Harmony Montgomery. We're going to get to that this hour, but I want to begin tonight talking about Scott Peterson and his three women. Three women, big impact on his life. Let's begin with his victim, Lacy. They were married. They should still be married. Or maybe not married, but she should still be alive. She was pregnant when she was murdered by Scott Peterson. And I was thinking back today about the timeline of all of that. When I was out in California covering his preliminary hearing, that's when my youngest son was born. And we're getting ready to send him off to college. Lacy's son, Connor, would probably already be in college. And think about all the things that she has missed because of what Scott did.
Facts.
And why did he do it? Because of wanting to live a different life that you can't live when you're a responsible husband and a responsible father. Wanted to spend time with his lover, Amber Fry. There it is. That's what he wanted. That's why he murdered Lacy and Connor. It was a double murder. Don't ever forget that. But Amber Fry turned out to be the most important witness in the case, because once she found out who Scott Peterson really was, she very quickly contacted law enforcement, recorded him, and some of the most powerful evidence and testimony in the case against Scott Peterson came from Amber Fry, his lover. Want to talk about another woman who may be his ticket to freedom. Strawberry?
Nah, I didn't catch jack shit. My husband caught what I went fishing for. He caught one. But it was too choppy. Too many boats out there today. I think we're going to go try to do it this week sometime when there's not so many boats out. But it was nice, peaceful, and quiet. That was a good thing. How was your day, love? You're lucky. I was about to call you my stalker.
Very short cake. She was one of the jurors in the case. And a bizarre type of relationship. I mean, she wrote letters to Scott Peterson afterwards, and, you know, people trying to figure all that out. But she is the focal point of why he's back in court now. Because he's saying that Rochelle Nice, juror number 7, strawberry shortcake, wasn't honest during jury selection and filling out the questionnaire and never should have been on that jury. And that's why Scott Peterson was back in court today, trying to get that new trial. That's what he wants. Court TV anchor Ted Rowlands is out in California and has a wrap-up of everything that happened today.
Shackled and carrying a folder, convicted double murderer Scott Peterson walked back into the same courtroom where he was convicted and sentenced to death 18 years ago for murdering his wife Lacy and unborn son
I can't
Connor.
believe it's been that fucking
Peterson
long.
is asking for a new trial, alleging that one of the jurors, Rochelle Nice, lied to get onto the jury. Peterson's lead appellate attorney Cliff Gardner argued that Nice not only lied to get on the jury, but was likely biased against Peterson.
Ms. Nice refused to speak with anyone from the defense. She refused to speak with anyone from the prosecution. She was subpoenaed to testify, as Your Honor knows. She exercised her privilege against self-incrimination, and she refused to testify unless she was given immunity from prosecution. This is as far from a cooperating witness, I think, as you can get.
Gardner also brought up the fact that Nice called Peterson's unborn son Little Man when she joined the deliberations after being an alternate.
When she was seated as a juror, Your Honor will recall she was an alternate. When she was seated as a juror, the court has the standard admonition. Your Honor talked about standard admonitions, and here's another one the court gave. When you're seated as a juror and you begin deliberations, don't take a firm position early. Don't announce it. Discuss the case. And she ignored that admonition, as I think we all agree. Now, that isn't misconduct. It's not a mandatory admonition. But what she did say before she even sat down at the table, when she was admitted to that jury room, according to Juror Atlas, she said, let's get Mr. Peterson for what he did to Little Man. That, too, is consistent with someone who has a focus on or history of having been in fear for her unborn baby's life.
Judge Anne Christine Mazzullo must decide if Rochelle Nice committed juror misconduct, and if she did, was she biased against Peterson during his trial?
With Miss Nice, you got what you got.
Dave Harris, a member of the original team that prosecuted Scott Peterson, argued that Rochelle Nice didn't lie to get on the jury and certainly had no bias against Scott Peterson.
She did the best that she could, but being wrong does not necessarily make it false or make her a liar. It just might be that she's really bad at filling out forms.
Harris also argued that during voir dire, Nice was about to be dismissed, but as she was walking out of the courtroom, she was stopped by Peterson's defense team.
She's trying to leave. This is not, wait, I really want to be here because I'm going to secretly get this guy. You know, if that's the case, she's the world's worst spy because she's already been excused. But instead, she's brought back and she started to ask questions about being fair.
Scott Peterson's family sat behind him during the arguments. Lacy's family, including her mother, Sharon Rocha, sat in the jury box, out of the camera's view, but in direct line of sight of the man they still absolutely believe murdered Lacy and Connor.
We all know each other. We have a foundation. We've known each other for years. We were all at Scott and Lacy's wedding, and there's not, you know, in different events throughout their lives, and so there's not I don't feel a sense of animosity or hatred or you know, I have nothing but empathy and care for all of her family and friends.
Let's bring in Court TV anchor Ted Brolins joining us live outside the courthouse, Redwood City, California. Ted, great to see you. What's the atmosphere out there right now? I remember being at that courthouse and, you know, for the verdict, I mean, it was like the locals were bringing the pitchforks. There was the eruption of glee that Scott Peterson, when it's announced over the PA that he had been convicted. What's it like now that he is on the verge of potentially getting a new trial?
Well, 18 years is a long time, Vinny, and the courtyard that you remember quite well behind me, there's nobody in there right now. I mean, this is a much different scene. The courtroom, we had 3 or 4 rows filled out, which is a lot for cases that we covered. It's just a hearing, but it wasn't packed like it was back then. So the interest is a lot lower, but the stakes are extremely high, as you've been talking about today. And you could feel that in the courtroom. Both sides so well versed in their argument, know this case inside and out. Dave Harris for the state of California, and of course Cliff Gardner for Scott Peterson. They were able to answer the many questions from Judge Mazzullo. We thought this was going to be a couple hours. It was all day because mainly of those questions that the judge had for both attorneys, as she has to decide this incredibly difficult and important decision.
All right, Ted, sometimes you can pick up something from the way a judge is asking questions. Sometimes they lean into one side a little bit more. Sometimes they're just playing devil's advocate to both sides. What did you take away from the way the judge was handling this? Because she is going to make this extremely important decision.
Absolutely. I would say she was playing devil's advocate. It was as if it was a Supreme Court. We watched those or listened to those on Court TV. You know, it was peppering both sides. Beginning when she was asking questions of the defense, you're thinking, oh boy, you know, she's definitely saying it on the state side. But then she treated Dave Harris with the same scrutiny as she did Cliff Gardner. So she's a human being. She's leaning one way or another, right? It has to be, but it didn't show. It didn't show today. And what clearly did show to me was that she was interested in those responses as she drafts. It's not just the opinion, it's that draft of the opinion that is so crucial. And you could see that there's a lot of work left to be done for Judge Mazzullo as she mulls this over.
He was wearing a mask, but looking at Scott Peterson, it looks like life off of death row is agreeing with him. I mean, he looked rested. He looked tanned. What else did you take away from Scott Peterson now inside that courtroom?
He's definitely lost a little bit of weight, but no, he's in good shape, and he looks. You know, if you didn't know that he'd spent the last 18 years on death row, you never would have guessed that's where he's been. Physically, mentally, who knows? He did seem to be engaged at some points in the defense. He brought in a folder full of papers. We've seen defendants do that before. But talking to his family, they say he is engaged. He is aware of the different arguments. What I was looking for today was that interaction between the Roaches and Scott Peterson, because they were in the jury box. Sharon had a clear view, as did Brett Rocha, of Scott Peterson. And they seemed to, and you know this, Vinny, this is about the classiest family you're ever going to meet. They seem to not take that bait. They had the opportunity. You know, one would think I'd be in there bad dogging them. No, they made an effort to not look at him and talk amongst themselves. And I was really impressed by the decorum in that courtroom. And for both sides, you know, the families, as Janie had said in that interview we did with her yesterday, they get it. They both get the situation.
Is there any sense out there, either from the families or the lawyers, about confidence in their side of all of this? Obviously, it's an uphill climb, we know, anytime for a criminal defendant to get a criminal conviction overturned. It's tough to do, very difficult to do. But did you get any idea of a sense of confidence? Are the Roaches and the prosecutor, are they nervous that we're going to have to do this again? Is Scott Peterson's side confident that, hey, this is it? I think we really have a chance here.
Oh, I think clearly the Petersons and Scott himself, as we've been told by the Petersons, and even the legal team. You know, afterwards I talked with them just a little bit as they were leaving. There's a little bit of spring in their step. It's still a long shot. I think they realize that, but they feel as though they have a solid argument. They have a legitimate shot. What the percentages are, who knows? It's still going to be a long shot, but they have a shot. And you could feel that. On the other side, there's some quiet confidence, which we've seen from that side from the very beginning in this case. But you have to wonder, there's got to be some dread too, because, that is something they do not want to have to go through a new trial for Scott Peterson.
Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the Scott Peterson side. The most vocal advocate, sort of the spokesperson over there, has been Janie Peterson, his sister-in-law. Did she speak today?
She did. She addressed the media after. She was the only one to address the media after the proceedings today. And she basically articulated it was difficult for her. You know, she's gone to law school and has graduated. She just took the California bar. So she's been an integral part of this defense, working with the defense sort of as a mediator for the family and the defense team. And, you know, she was asked, what do you think the judge is thinking? And, you know, she felt confident, but also couldn't read the tea leaves. Very difficult to see where this was going from the judge's perspective. But she was the only one we heard from. The defense team says that we're not saying a word until this decision has been made. And as per usual, the state keeping quiet as well. And the Rocha family.
Now, all right, let's get to Strawberry Shortcake, Rochelle Nice. Couple of interesting developments and things that we heard. One was that at the time of jury selection, she had been dismissed, was on her way out, but was brought back in, not by prosecutors, but by the defense. Is it true that on her questionnaire, on the question, can you put aside what you already know about the case, that she wrote no on that and still ended up on this jury?
Yeah, not only ended up on the jury, but wasn't questioned further during voir dire. No one questioned her. Of course, if the state was aware of it, they're looking through the questionnaire, they're not going to mention it. They're like, oh, boy. But the defense, they clearly wanted her on because one would argue what she looked like. She's got the right hair, the tattoos, it definitely stands out. That person that would be the contrarian in the deliberation room, they had a feeling. She had a ticket out. Judge DeLucchi said, all right, you're excused for financial hardship. And they said, wait, are you sure? Hold on, don't leave yet. And sure enough, she ends up on there. But to your point, let's look at the that actual question on the questionnaire, because it's hard to believe that this could have actually happened. On the questionnaire, it reads, the jurors that sit on this case will be instructed that they must base their decision entirely on the evidence produced in court, not from any outside source or pre-existing opinion or attitudes. Can you do that despite what you've heard, read, or seen about this case? No, was her response. It's hard to fathom that slipped through. Here's how the judge broached the subject today in court.
Well, but isn't that pretty important to follow up? I mean, the whole reason for these questionnaires is for the attorneys to look at answers carefully and follow up and say, you know, I noticed you've given all these answers right now, but I noticed on 97A, you checked no. Ms. Nice, or juror number 7 at the time.
Yes.
Was that a mistake? Can you explain? Isn't that what attorneys are supposed to do?
Yep.
Yeah, he said absolutely, and acknowledged it was a mistake, and then later on, when questioned again, said that he believed that the defense just assumed that she made a mistake and meant to check. Yes. The bottom line is, how does this cut? There's the obvious way it cuts, and that is you had your chance, and she slipped through because of your incompetence. The other one is, does this give the judge another bit of insight, another piece of the puzzle of her mind space? And if indeed she did say no, then that means she did come in with some bias. So that's something else to wrestle with.
Yeah, I look at that answer and I'm like, the judge on his own, based on that answer, totally would toss the juror, but didn't. Fascinating. I mean, I never knew that little piece of juror number 7, Strawberry Shortcake, Rochelle Nice's application for the jury or jury questionnaire. All right, Ted, can you stay? It's a long day, long week for Ted Rollins, folks. Well, we want him to stay just one more segment. Yeah, sure. Yeah, he's going to stay. Excellent. Of course. See, I convinced him. All right, when we come back, though, Ted's going to be joined by the attorney for the key witness in the case, Amber Fry's attorney, Gloria Allred, will join us live. Don't go anywhere. Plus, coming up next hour.
The Rooms to Go Labor Day sale is here. Save big on great bedroom styles. Shop now.
In Miami, Florida, social media star Courtney Clenny, also known as Courtney Taylor, known for her risque photos and pay-for videos, under arrest and charged with murder. The victim, her boyfriend. The crime scene, an ultra-luxurious Miami condo. Tonight, we have the latest.
At this time, all the necessary steps are being taken as we speak for her return to Miami to be held accountable for this murder.
800.
Here's the scenario Mr. Garagos finds himself in. He has this jury questionnaire that she's filled out. He may like the answers. I think Mr. Harris said one of the reasons.
Now,
Thank you so much, Your Honor. I think one of the reasons Mr. Dave Harris suggested that Mr. Garagos wanted Ms. Nice on the jury was because of her red hair. I think that was a quote he said this morning. Maybe. But the point is, when he made that decision to stop her and say, Judge, you didn't even ask her if she's willing to serve despite not being paid, he had the questionnaire with the false answers in front of him. That isn't someone who wants this juror necessarily on the jury had he known everything he now knows. In fact, we have an unrebutted declaration from Mr. Garagos that had he known about this TRO, he would never have permitted this juror.
well,
And that's-
okay, but so I agree, but as the court pointed out, he also had before him in a jury questionnaire 97A. She checked she couldn't be fair, and with the pretrial publicity, he never even followed up. So yeah, he didn't have this information that he said would form the basis for a challenge now after Mr. Peterson is found guilty. But at the time when he had information indicating some bias, your position is that was a mistake.
My position is that that any trial lawyer would look at that and say, that's a mistake. She just checked the wrong box.
I'm not buying that. Not buying it one bit, that you would just assume someone saying they can't be impartial in a death penalty case is just making a mistake and you shouldn't even ask them about it. Come on. Come on. What do you want? Are you going to sell me a bridge in Brooklyn next? No way am I buying that. For whatever reason, Scott Peterson, Mark Geragos, his team wanted strawberry shortcake, and they got the whole shortcake. And he ended up on death row. Now they're trying to get a new trial, so now you got to figure things out. All right, still with us from outside the courthouse, Court TV, anchor Ted Rowlands. And joining me now in New York City, the attorney who represented Scott Peterson's girlfriend. I don't like calling her Scott Peterson's girlfriend. I want to call her just Amber Fry.
Don't call her mistress.
No, not mistress. She's just Amber Fry. And Glory Allred is with us, who not only is the famed attorney, Glory Allred, but she's also my former anchor-in-law, okay, when I was at Court TV the first time. And I have to ask you before we start anything, got to get this out of the way, how are you doing, Gloria? But more importantly, how are those amazing grandchildren doing?
Oh, thank you so much, Vinny. It's a pleasure to be with you again. I'm doing great, thank you. My granddaughter has also become an attorney, and my grandson is about to start his last year in law school at the University of Pennsylvania. So then I'm finished with sending everybody to law school. We're done. Three of us, plus me as the fourth, all going to be lawyers.
That is fantastic and great news. I knew it when they were this big that, you know, the sky's the limit for those children. All right. Now, Rochelle Nice, Glory Allred, what do you remember about strawberry shortcake? And what are your thoughts about all this noise being made by the defense trying to get a new trial because of this alleged lie that she made in her jury questionnaire about TRO, et cetera, et cetera?
Well, here's my take on all of this, Vinny. For one thing, I don't understand why the defense didn't have a jury consultant when there's a murder trial to at least have someone else, also look at the way the juror questionnaires were filled out and, express their opinion as well. I mean, this is not a petty theft case. This was a really serious case.
Come on.
But apparently they decided not to do that, whether that was budgetary or whether they just thought that they could pick the jury without any other advice. I don't know. The other thing is about that question that the judge was just asking about. I guess 97.
97A.
97A. Yeah, there you go. I mean, if the defense is saying that's a mistake, well, is their position that her not saying that she sought a TRO or that she was a victim or witness to a crime, was that a mistake too? How did they do any background checks on records anymore? It's really hard to understand the defense position. Are they saying she lied about some questions or the answers that she gave, but she made a mistake about another, or she made a mistake about everything? Or, it's like, aren't they going to take any responsibility here?
Ted, through the years, have they ever, anyone on the defense team, whether it's Mark Geragos or anyone else, talked about why they wanted her? Because it's clear that they wanted her. It's not like she just fell into the jury. I mean, she was on her way out the door, and they're like, no, come back.
No, and they haven't articulated it, but I do know from sources closer to the defense team during the process, they thought they had her. That was one, when you look at the jury, do we have Dr. Lawyer? I don't know. Oh, I think we have strawberry shortcake. There was a confidence. They thought there was a bond there because of just her mannerisms in court, and they were obviously dead wrong. As far as 97, the question, yeah, it was a total mistake, right? From the defense standpoint, when you're looking at the way that this slipped through. But what does it have to do with really the question at hand? And that is the juror number 7, strawberry shortcake, Rochelle Nice. I think it actually gives a little bit of insight into possibly bias. If you look at just if she says, no, I can't put that behind me. Okay, well then, she was struggling when she filled that out to put it behind her and judge fairly. So I don't know what does the judge take in. Yes, it's easy to say the defense and Mark and Pat missed an obvious one, but what does it say about juror 7? That's really the question.
Yeah, but to me, Ted, I read it the other way.
I bet you're, yeah.
I'm reading it the other way, Gloria.
Guess.
I'm reading it that they really, really, really wanted her on the jury, and they got her.
I think they did really want her on the jury, and I'll speculate as to why. My speculation, and that's all it is, because I've never spoken to Mark about this, and I'm sure he'd never tell me anyway, if I did, would be that she looks like a strong individualist. She's not like conforming with the hair like everybody else and, the clothes like everybody else. She's got a strong personality. And they only needed one juror to say not guilty, even if everybody else said guilty. So they perhaps might have thought that she would be the one who wouldn't conform with everybody else, go with the flow. She would go with whatever she thought, and maybe she wouldn't want to do what everybody else wanted. She wanted to just have her own opinion, even if it would be completely different from the remainder of the jury.
All right. Gloria Allred, great to see you. Ted Rowland's working double, triple overtime for us tonight. We thank you as well. We'll speak again. We'll see when the judge makes her decision. When we come back, we're going to hear from the prosecution side, and we're going to bring in a couple of attorneys. I think they were battling here last night, so we brought them back tonight for a rematch. Beth Karras, Michael Cardoza, plus me when we come back.
With nature's bounty.
She didn't recall the court coming back when she testified at the hearing is depicted in the minute order that was being shown to her. So the fact that a significant event, or a significant event is her going to court and having this hearing, she doesn't remember. When she's asked about this all these years later, just again shows us the point that people were making. With this night, you got what you got. She's a very straightforward, sincere witness. She's telling you, very much telling you what's on her mind and what she thinks about things. That she called it the way she saw it.
Scott Peterson back in court today trying to get a new trial. His attorney making arguments. That was the prosecutor trying to say, listen, he was convicted. He's a double murderer. He got off death row. Let's just keep him behind bars. Okay. So at issue really, it's all about Michelle Nice, juror number 7, a.k.a. Strawberry Shortcake, and whether or not she was fair and impartial, whether or not she revealed everything that she needed to reveal ahead of time, and whether or not the defense and the defendant was prejudiced by all of this. So much so that he deserves a brand new trial all these years later. Joining us now in Walnut Creek, California, criminal defense attorney, former prosecutor Michael Cardoza is with us, and in New York City, legal analyst, consultant.
Again, I get a text message. Again, I get a motherfucking text message having to do a fucking train wreck. I am livid. I am about done with this fucking old hag. There is no reason for her to be going after fucking Griff or anybody else for that motherfucking matter. This bitch is a dried up prune. I'm so fucking livid. Dried up motherfucking prune thinks she's something. Get the fuck out of here. She ain't shit in her own damn backyard begging for money for her dog. Give me a fucking break. Man. I'm so mad. I'm so tired of people fucking going after the Griffs. I am pissed. There is no reason why anybody needs to go after them. And then she wants to say his illness is fake and imaginary. Bitch, You're going to be imaginary. Imagine I ain't standing in front of you when I knock the shit out of you. Take it as you want it. I don't make a threat. I make promises. You better hope I never find out where your old ass lives. Man, it's ridiculous. She's fucking grown as hell. She's probably older than me and you. And that bitch is sitting there talking shit about somebody. Man, you act like my fucking 10-year-old little niece. Grow the fuck up. Get a fucking life already. Man. I literally did not watch the fucking video this time. I didn't. I couldn't. I knew it would piss me off even more. So I just commented. I'm gonna send you the comment. I'm gonna send you what I wrote. I'm livid, bit. Ooh, man, Mars. And I don't give a fuck if she comes after me. I really don't, cause I'm gonna stick up for them no matter fucking what. And Bob and Lori. Fuck them. I don't care what they done to other people. They ain't never done a damn thing to me. Never. Matter of fact, even when I was still with Benny and going over Griff and defending Benny, you know, Griff still wasn't an ass to me. He was still, I mean, I had the best time in his fucking chat. And I was defending Benny. I had the best fucking time in his chat. So after I left, you know, I got exiled from Benny. I can't say I left. They literally put me out. But that's fine too, because I found a better group of people that actually, you know, don't expect nothing of me. Don't, you know, I mean, I can't say anything like that happened in Benny's until afterwards. That's when they wanted to be fucking childish little bitches and gnats and whatever the fuck they are. You know, they didn't, I mean, I just didn't do the shit that they did. I didn't pick on people. I didn't bash people. I said my piece, and, you know, I'm not like that. And hopefully I've showed everybody that I'm not that type of person. Not at all. It just pisses me off how people can be, especially with grown people. Grown people doing this to grown people. What the fuck? Like, why? Do you seriously have nothing to do better with your fucking life than sit there and harass a man that has heart issues right now? Man, you better not cause that man to have some kind of heart stroke or whatever the hell you want to say it is. Because if you put any more stress on that man, I swear to you, woman, I will. And I will figure out how to get to your house. I will figure out where the fuck you live. Man, don't be fucking with people in their health. Yeah, Jared got a channel. She's one of them dumb bitches that sit there and fucking make fun of people. With filters. Because she's a fucking kid. Only children do the shit she fucking does. You know, when they don't get their damn fucking way, they want, oh, pity me, pity. Fuck you, bitch. That's why Betty called you out when you made a go fucking fund me about your dog. You put the wrong fucking picture up. Because the picture your dumbass put up was not the fucking dog you have in your life. Man. Hell, I used to even fucking defend Benny against her. And I mean, even if I seen somebody saying something that I did not, and that I honestly wouldn't think was true about Benny, I probably would say something. I'm not that type of person. If I know it's not true, I'm not going to sit there and agree with it. I might not even fucking say a word about it. You know what I'm saying? That's just me. But if, I know for a fact it ain't true, I will say something, and I have. Like when people say shit about, I do still stick up for them in a way. I know I shouldn't, but I do. I mean, it's just because, not for nothing, I followed that man for a long motherfucking time. A long time. I was following him before Penny even came into the picture. When him and Penny hated each other, I followed him. But he's got a lot of fucking nomads that are assholes, so that would be the reason why I would never follow him again. Replace all your motherfucking mods to ones that are actually fucking true, are fucking not a bunch of fucking followers, but you need mods that are fucking their own person, not somebody that you fucking have to literally tell them what to fucking do. Yeah, I know. But it's not about Benny. It's about Griff. Like, no, there's no reason why you have to be picking on that man, talking shit about that man. He never done a motherfucking thing to you. You started this bullshit, but when he lashed out and said something, then you want to go and start making fucking videos and talking shit about him. You know what? I'm telling you. You better not. Fucking old hag. You better not, in no way, shape, or motherfucking form, stress that man out to where he ends up in a hospital. Because I will find out where you live, and I'm telling you, I do not threaten you. I am not threatening you. I am motherfucking promising you. Y'all gonna push me to that motherfucking point where that New York comes out at me, and then you guys ain't gonna be able to, y'all ain't gonna like me not one motherfucking bit. Let that New York come out at me. I hide that bitch. That bitch isn't allowed to come out and play. And this is why. Because that bitch comes out to play, you're going to have some hell to pay. Hold on, Mars. All right, I'm sorry. I'm trying to fold clothes, do a live, and cook dinner all at the same fucking time. Which video? The one Candace just put up? About the rainstorms in Arizona? Yeah, I didn't look at the video. I just messaged back. Hell, we could use that fucking kind of rain, man. All the crops around here are fucking dying out bad. It's dying quicker than they can get out there to pick the shit. And some of the shit ain't even be ready to be picked yet. So I heard Nicolina didn't shut her page down. She just privated it. That's what somebody told me earlier. Bob said what? What's looking for? Damn, I got a lot of clothes. Fucking most of them are damn bed clothes. I swear to God, you got to look at these shirts. Damn it! Almost all my fucking shirts have a burn hole in the same spot. Oratized. Oratized? What does that mean? Ow, huh? Hold on, Mars. Yeah. All right, I'm back. But yeah, I'm just tired of this shit, man. This bullying has got to stop. I mean, I even hate saying that shit that if, but I'm not bullying. I'm being for real. She better not cause him to go into the hospital for any fucking reason with her stupidity. Like, that's fucking wrong. She's slandering him for no reason. Why? Because you made a fucking comment and then he retaliated back by saying something to you? So that's not allowed. It's only allowed one fucking way with these people. Like, it's only allowed if they are okay with it. Fuck them. No, this shit has gone on way too fucking far. Way too fucking long. Like, y'all don't have if this is what kind of content you want to do, then you have no reason to be in the fucking true crime community. Ain't nobody here gonna miss you. You ain't lost nothing in this motherfucking community. Get the fuck out. If you're not here to do true crime, get the fuck out, period. And true crime ain't doxing another fucking creator or going after subs. That's not fucking true crime, you fucking idiots. See what I'm doing? Covering the Scott Peterson trial? That's true crime. Not sitting there making videos about people. And that's what starts it all, is the fucking videos that they make. Oh, private. Gotcha. She did that so YouTube don't take it down. They're still going to take it down, though. Enough people complain about her, they'll end up taking that shit down. Just like they did with Benny's first channel. Enough people complain, they will take it down. You just don't know when. Kitty, what are you doing? Kitty, what are you doing? What you looking at? Them mean old bugs outside taunting you, baby boy, huh? My cat has more sense than some of these damn creators on this fucking shit. She's not the only one. But, not for nothing. They take her down, there's just somebody else going to go in her place. Look at all the ones out there doing fucked up videos for no reason. Man, you don't understand how many videos I was about to make and then I deleted them. There's too many motherfucking haters around here. Oh, this is his, not mine. Damn, he does have something in these. Most of these clothes. Oh, look, there's another one of his. I thought they were just my clothes. Oh. Hey, Mars. I don't know. You're the only one in here. I'm good though. If nobody can make it in, that's fine. There's so many other creators on right now too. So, and I think Bob and Lori started a live about 15 minutes ago. So that might be where they all are. I think it was 9:30 they were starting. Yeah, they're live. That's probably where everybody's at. So I might go ahead and end this and go over there so I can go over there and talk shit with them because that's what they're just talking shit today. They're not doing anything. I don't think they're doing anything. If they're doing anything like they did last night, then I'll come back and start my live. But I'm gonna end it now and go over there with them for a little bit, and then we'll come back. I'll do my live after they end because they probably won't do it longer than an hour anyway. All right, love. I love your face. I'll see you in a few minutes.